Hey guys, Jason with Southern Outdoor Lighting out here on site in Maitland, Florida. We've got a 27 light install this morning. We're out here with Linktv. So whether you're an experienced professional or a potential client, we're going to show you today how we like to do things. Okay, so we have an Elitco 150 watt stainless steel transformer that we're using on this particular install in the front. We have a total of 15 lights, and our total wattage is 80 watts. So we have plenty left over in the transformer to add fixtures down the road if the client chooses. Always do a home run out of the transformer, typically going to be in a 12 gauge wire, and then we hub off from there depending on how long our runs are. On this particular install, we're hubbing two 14s off of this 12. We only have one common, one breaker. So instead of putting two wires into, or three wires for that matter, into the transformer, we're just going to do two. It makes things a little bit more efficient for us. We've got a poly down tube that goes into the ground to protect the connection. We'll plug in. We just put that bubble cover on it. It had no protection, so we added that bubble cover to it so that we're in code. We're going to run the transformer off of an Intermatic DT200 digital astronomic timer. This is the most cost-effective way to control the system. The timer will come on at dusk and go off at dawn, or whatever time you choose. So we're back at the transformer. I've got my 12-2 home run, and I've got my two 14s that are going out into the field. So we're just going to strip these bad boys back. We're going to strip to about an inch and a quarter roughly. Doesn't really matter how long it is, as long as we get enough for the crimp to bite. Being very careful not to lose any strands when I strip these wires, because that will affect voltage going out to the fixtures. So even though it's an alternating current system, we don't have to do white to white, black to black, or positive, negative, whatever you want to call it. But I always do. Copper crimp. Plastic tube with a cover on top of it filled with dielectric grease. Offers a waterproof connection. And then I take these, I'll loop them into a little knot, making sure not to pull the wire out of the grease, and tie it in case this ever gets pulled up inadvertently, that it won't pull the connections out of the grease tubes and ruin the connection. Once I'm done with that, this will all get buried 6-8 inches below grade level, and we go out into the field and start connecting fixtures. Our manufacturer of choice is ABR. It's a cast brass fixture. Spring-loaded socket. So I love the spring-loaded socket because a lot of times you'll get maintenance calls where people are saying, hey, we got a lamp out or a couple lamps out or whatever. We get there, and in a fixed socket situation, if a weed eater hits the fixture, a basketball hits the fixture, a kid kicks the fixture over, whatever, kicks it, it'll wiggle that lamp out of the fixture, and it's really a, how do you charge for a maintenance call where the kid kicked the fixture and the bulb came out? So this is in a spring-loaded socket. The thing I love about the ABR fixture, number one, I've got about 100 of these out on a property in the Keys, right on the ocean. We were back there 2 weeks ago, and looking over the fixtures, they've patinaed very well, have no issues whatsoever in that salt ocean environment. They've been there for 4 years, and this is our go-to. This is what we use. 25-foot lead makes it easy for us to hub our connections in. In this particular spot, we're going to hub in 4 fixtures into one connection. It makes us a little bit more efficient when we're hooking up our fixtures. So here we go. So in this particular instance, we've got a column that we're trying to light, and we're about 6 inches off the face of the wall. So I've brought the fixture out about 6 to 8 inches roughly. If this isn't absolutely perfect, when I come back on my night set tonight, we'll make any adjustments necessary. But at this point in the game, we kind of know where they need to go. So we're going to continue on. Of the 27 fixtures that we have on site here, We've got a mix of 30 degree, 60 degree, and 120 degree, 5 watt and 7 watt. So it all depends on the feature that we're lighting as to what lamp that we select. So for instance, on these columns, we're using a 5 watt 30 because we want a tight beam spread to stripe this column. Matt over here is doing a pretty big tree canopy, and we're using 7 watt 120 Brilliance 7 watt 120s. We use Brilliance throughout exclusively. So one of the things that we have to do typically on every install is either cross a driveway, cross a sidewalk, or a paver walkway in this instance. With pavers, I learned a long time ago that not to water jet underneath them because there's a crushed rock base under it, and if that water goes in the wrong direction, then the whole sidewalk is gonna fail. So we've in this case we've dug underneath it. Typically I would pick up pavers, but these are sealed and concreted in, so we've decided to tunnel under it. We've got a snake going through. We've used this long drill bit to kind of go get us a little path underneath, a little hole underneath the sidewalk there. Brandon's got the wire hooked up to the snake, and now they're gonna just pull it right through. And we don't need to put PVC under. Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. Most of the time we don't, because it's only our wire going through. So we'll fill that hole in. We'll patch this. Brandon's cut out a nice little square patch over here of grass. Fill it back up with dirt, throw the patch of grass on it. It'll root, and it'll be like we're never here, which is always our intention. So in the backyard, as you can see, we've got this viburnum hedge running from left to right. It's about 120 feet long. We have spread out our fixtures right about 10 feet apart, so that we get the symmetry of the lamps touching each other all the way down, so it's nice and symmetrical. Nice clean lines. We've chosen these new Kichler well lights. It's a solid brass fixture, and as you can see, the top, and it's brass in the bottom. It's got this little encasement here. It has a frosted lens, so it kind of knocks the glare down a little bit. We're using Brilliance 5 watt 120 degree lamps in it, in these fixtures. And as this hedge grows, the client's gonna trim it back so it's nice and again symmetrical and boxed off, so that our light shows off these hedges the best. So we're gonna bury these to grade level. They're gonna be in the soft stuff, the mulch, as opposed into the grass, so they don't get run over, although they can get run over by lawnmowers and whatnot. So we're gonna dig those out, sink them. We'll put a layer of rocks down in the bottom just to help drain, keep water away from the fixture. So let's get after it. Okay, so we're at the end of our install. We installed 28 fixtures, including 10 well lights, and the rest are all bullets. Guys are now cleaning up after the day. And while they're cleaning up, what I do is walk around and make sure that there's no exposed wire, turn the transformers on, make sure every single fixture's on. I don't want to come back tonight and have a timer that's messed up or malfunctioning, or a lamp that's not seated properly, or whatever the case may be. I want to make sure it's tip-top in perfect condition. When I come back on the night set to meet the client and the lights are on, it's a world. It creates a world of difference. If something's out of whack, whether it's a timer or a wire loose or whatever the case may be, somewhere where we didn't button up what we were supposed to button up, and I show up at dark and the lights aren't on, it's very anticlimactic and kind of leaves a bad taste in the customer's mouth. So we just want to make sure everything is tip-top and in perfect condition. And I always want to leave a job knowing that I left it better than I found it. So I was taught that at a very young age. So that's a wrap. Thanks for joining us today. Again, I'm Jason with Southern Outdoor Lighting. We do residential, commercial. We do a lot of resort work as well. So if we can help you in any way, we do free consults, free estimates, free in-home consults. So if there's anything we can do for you, you can reach out to us 407-619-6468. I'm on the web, www.southernoutdoorlightingfl.com, and hope to see you guys soon.